People needing to rent a house are finding it tougher across the country, but they're finding it especially hard in the capital, where the number of properties available to rent is down 70% on this time last year. Frykberg reports.
A shortage of properties on offer and a growing number of would-be tenants is leading to a severe rental shortage in Wellington. Renters that can't afford to buy their own homes are staying in the market longer. And TradeMe's Nigel Jeffrey says a lot of owners are simply not offering their home for rent in the first place.
At a national level, the total stock available in the market is 50% lower than it was 12 months ago. Wellington is 69% lower, so there are less properties available for new tenants.
Mr Jeffrey says that's leaving a growing number of potential tenants with nowhere to go.
If you look at sort of the volume of tenants looking at properties, what we can say is that the average rental property is now receiving 28% more inquiries in the first week that it's listed compared to a year ago.
Summer is typically a hot period in the local rental market, but Wellington Property Investors Association President Richard Bacon thinks the problem could be exacerbated if the new government hires more public servants who'll need somewhere to live.
We're coming into summer and there's always a tightening of the rental market in the summer, and I think we're going to have a tight rental season. The new government is likely to bring in more people to the Wellington CBD looking for property. It will play into the tightness of the market, yes.
And those who do manage to find a home are paying the price. TradeMe figures show rents rose 7.1% annually in Wellington. For Checkpoint, Frykberg.
So let's go to Newlands, just north of the CBD, where Eric's been at a house viewing.
Well, John, this is one of just a scattering of houses that are available for rent in Wellington at the moment. A year ago, there were about 20. Now there are hardly any. This one is going for $475 a week. Now, 25 people have turned up who want to rent it today. Another 15 will turn up next week, so that's how competitive it is. And I'm joined by one of them now, Frank Doherty. Frank, can you tell me what it's been like for you to find a place to rent?
It's very difficult at the moment. There are so many people bidding for so many, very few properties. There are, this is just a prime example of the sort of competition that there is out there, and also a price war as well, where people are trying to outbid one another up and above the market rentals.
So what does that mean to you? How does it affect you? How does that leave you?
Well, I have a very strict budget, and obviously I have a limit that I can reach, but above that, no, I just have to go at the bottom of the pile as far as trying to find a property goes.
So where are you living in the meantime?
We're not too far from here, probably about 10 minutes away.
And why are you leaving?
Well, basically because our current landlord wants to move back into his property. Yeah.
So how would you describe the situation for rental here? What's it like?
It's dire. There just isn't enough properties available.
Thank you very much, Frank. And I'm joined by another would-be renter, Jamil Morel. Jamil, tell me what it's like for you to find somewhere to live.
Well, much like Frank said, it's been pretty tough. Been looking now on and off for the last 5 or 6 weeks, probably about 3-4 places a weekend, and yeah, it's just tough going out there.
So who do you want to rent for, yourself, your family?
It's mainly myself, but I have a couple of daughters who stay with me, pretty much week on, week off, so yeah, we're looking for a 3-bedroom place.
Why are you leaving your current place?
The current landlord's selling, so they've given me a few weeks to move out. They're pretty lenient, and they're pretty flexible, so I can pretty much call them tonight and say, look, I found a place to move out this weekend.
How would you describe the current market? How well do you think it works for ordinary people who just need a roof over their head?
Well, I guess so long as you've got the money to pay the rent that they're asking, you're pretty much good as gold. I work in IT, so I earn a reasonable dollar, but some of the places around are just huge amounts of money to go out for rent.
And what sort of condition are those houses?
A bit of a mixture. I mean, yesterday I saw one that was pretty cheap and pretty horrible, to be honest. It was, no natural light in there. It was all dark and no sunlight.
So, have you got a message for the government or the council or anyone like to try to fix this situation?
Yeah, drop rents and put more houses out there. Simple.
Frykberg with would-be renters in Newlands, Wellington.